So now let's have a look at the whole code base. We have the app.py file, which imports Gradio. And then we import another function called getAgentResponse. This comes from a file agent.py where all of the agent code is written. But for now, we'll just focus on the front end. We import the Gradio package using import Gradio. We then create the whole UI using this function called create Gradio interface. We can see that Gradio.Blocks, we can mention the title. We can see the title Chatbot with knowledge base. We then create Gradio Markdown showing Chatbot with knowledge base. Then we have history, which is this box over here, which we used to do all the conversations. And then we have the message, which is the text box that we created over here with the default text as ask me anything. We then did a little bit of CSS styling just to make sure the container and the whole application container is small enough and doesn't actually go through the whole window of the application. So just a little bit of CSS styling here. And finally, we create the submit button and clear button. Over here with the value sent and clear chat. Finally, we'll be creating two functions. One is user submit and one is call agent. Right. So when we click on the submit button, what we want to do is we have the message history over here. Whatever we'd be asking or we have already asked to the agent would be present up here. And we'd be asking another question in the ask me anything section, right? So we have to make sure that we add that particular question to the history and we update the history. So if there's no message and we simply click on send, in this case, just do nothing, just return empty with the same history that we got, right? And when it returns empty, the file up here or the value up here is also empty. And if there's something that we have written, for example, what is the year-on-year growth of Amazon, then when we click on send, we can see that in the history box, we have this question now. And why is it? Is because when we get a message, we append it to the history and we return the history back. And all of this history automatically gets shown in the history box. All right. Then we have another function called call agent. This function is called when the last message that we have was actually by the user. And so over here, we can see that the last message is now by the assistant. And so in that case, the agent should not be called. When we'll ask a question over here, that's when the history would be updated with the last message of the user. And then we'll enter into this code section where we will get the user message using the last message of the history because we updated the history up here. So the last message content will give us the user message. And how can we get the whole chat history? Simply by taking the history with all the messages except for the last message. And finally, we can use these two things to call our agent using getAgentResponse. We can see that we haven't mentioned the RAG application knowledge bases for all this. That's because this function internally has already attached the RAG application that we would see later. Finally, whatever response we'll get back from the assistant is also added to the history. And the moment we return the history, it also gets updated over here. So before we had this particular question up here as message, now it was added to history and that's why we can see it in this box. Once we got the response back from the LLM, we again added it to the history and returned. What that does was also added that particular response from the LLM to the history. right? And so all of this happens on submit button click. So in Gradio, we actually update UI in this fashion where on submit button dot click, we will call the user submit button, right? With components message and history. And as you can see, we have it available inside. And this will actually refresh both the message and history. So because after message and history, we can see that the returned value was empty. That's why when we click on send, the return value of message becomes empty. And in history, we can see that in history, we always add the new set of messages. And that's why when the history gets updated, we can see that this particular box also gets updated. So this happens on submit button click. We then have the dot then function, which means after you have done this, do this. So the next thing that we do is we call the call agent function with the history, and we also update the history afterwards. So when we have the call agent function inside the history, we already have the latest user message appended. Right? And then using that, we finally call it, we get the response, which we add to the history, and then we return the history back. We then reload history just to make sure all of our changes is shown over here. That's how Gradio works. And using this, the whole chatbot UI is created. We finally return this UI interface that we have created. And then we go to the method called launch, and we launch it as a server. So this is for the UI section. Let's now have a deeper look as how the agent looks like.